Oh my! How I wish I was thin enough to be able to wear these. I couldn't get into these if I tried. Thanks, Tom Henry, for sending me these. What is it? A year and a half ago, you sent me these babies. They're for the 18-year-old version of this guy, not the current day version. I have nowhere to try those on. I don't dare. I think they might fit one leg of mine, but I think that might be about all she wrote. How are you guys doing? Welcome to Traveling with Bruce here, live from Creston, British Columbia in Canada. We are hanging right in there on the 21st of December, 2020. We just finished our live show for the sponsor members from 7 to 8 o'clock, and I welcome all of you here for the big show at 8 o'clock here on TWB. I'll be on this Friday for sponsor members. Next Monday, I'll be on the air again on the 28th of December, just like always. And the Friday after that, I'll be on again for sponsor members as well. No shutting down this channel during the holidays. When you're a YouTuber, you have no time off. Welcome, guys, to my channel, Traveling with Bruce. We are now pushing... actually, we're at 61,000 and about 65 subscribers. And I got to tell you, for the last 2 weeks or so, we haven't gained any subscribers. We gain as many as we lose. I seem to offend enough people to have them drop off the channel, and then I attract new people to replace them. And so we're just turning over right now around 61,050 to 61,080. And it's been fascinating to watch this amazing dynamic take place. I've never seen this before on my channel, but I think there are some folks upset that there's a new guy going into Washington, and the old guy, has to kind of move on. And some folks are upset. And what are you going to do? I can't help it. It's just the way it is. But sometimes they don't like the cruise news either, or the kind of news I'm bringing to the channel. I did a video today. I hope you got a chance to watch it. In about 12 or 13 minutes of a video, I highlighted 20 things that cruise lines are going to have to deal with, or some winners and losers of the cruise sector going forward. I actually combined two videos into one. I was going to make one video about all the challenges that cruise lines were going to have for 2021, and I was going to do another video about the possible winners and losers for 2021 in travel. And I thought, heck with that. Let's just make it one big fat video, throw it out there, and give you folks a lot to talk about, a lot to think about, and whether you agree or not, let me know. And that's how it went down. And so I covered the stuff like, for example, for cruise lines, I talked about stuff like they won't have any paying passengers for a while. That's one thing they're going to have to overcome in 2021. Cruise lines are telling us, they're telling you and me that they're looking to start cruising in March. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think the vaccine will be distributed widely enough for this to actually occur. As a matter of fact, there's more news coming out that I think is going to delay things. But I think cruising won't really begin until the fall. And so every 30 days, we're going to keep playing this game that we've been playing now, where cruises get canceled, and then they announce new cruises, and they try to hang on to your deposit, and on we go. The number two thing is that cruise lines need more cash to survive. They're going to have to raise more money from investors. They don't seem to be having any problem raising $500 million, $1 billion just like that. They can raise money the drop of a hat. It's just shocking to me, but they are able to do it. They're trying to hang on to depositors' cash. That's going to be a big thing for 2021. In other words, your cruise gets canceled, and you can either take a cruise credit or get your money back. More and more people are taking their money back rather than going for this cruise credit game, because this cruise credit thing is getting ridiculous. First of all, you only have so much time to use it. And second of all, even though you get 120% or 125%, you go and book a new cruise, it's double the price or 50% more than what you had, or there's all kinds of horror stories coming out. More and more people are just taking their money. Cruise lines are going to try to keep that from happening. They're also trying to keep their future customers excited about the new cruises. Like, there's going to be more cruising coming, and please, here's the 2022 schedule. Here's some of the 2023 itineraries. They're trying to keep us entertained enough so that we don't go anywhere. It's a big challenge for 2021. they're also going to have to scrap more ships or sell them off. It's becoming apparent that that certain ships just are not going to be economically viable for any of 2021 or 2022. It might be until 2023 before some ships that these cruise lines have might be economically viable, because the cruise lines may be forced to not issue tickets, selling tickets to inside rooms. They might be restricted only to balcony rooms. And some of the ships that Royal Caribbean still has, at least 4 of them, at least some more Carnival ships and other ships, maybe even some for Norwegian, might not have enough balcony suites to justify operating the ship. So there might have to be some changes made. Remember, if you have a ship that has, say, half balcony, half non-balcony, and you know that you figure by 2024 you can fill that ship up again because now the virus is history, you still got to carry that ship for the rest of this year, 2021, 2022, 2023. Some of these ships run a couple of million a month to keep floating. Insurance is outrageously expensive. Maintenance has to be done. Every hour those generators are running to keep the generator systems and electrical system running is another hour off of these multi-million-dollar generator units that have to be replaced. The fuel systems, all the maintenance people. To keep a ship going with a minimal staff, you're still talking millions of a month in some cases. And these cruise lines cannot go 50 more months or 20 more months, like 50 million or 100 million more dollars per ship in the water for the next year and a half, 2 years before they're allowed to. No, they're going to get rid of them. That's what's going on. Other news, while they're thinking about getting rid of old ships, the new ships are coming. They keep coming. Odyssey of the Seas just came out of the Papenburg shipbuilding yard in Germany. Carnival Cruise Line just took delivery of the Mardi Gras. Princess took delivery of Enchantment of the Seas. The Iona for P&O in the UK hasn't had a paying passenger yet. That ship is costing a lot of money to keep floating. These ships keep coming, and there are more coming. Even though they're delayed, there are more coming. Getting crews vaccinated and getting them on their ships. This is a big problem, and this might become one of the biggest expenses that the cruise lines are going to have to face going forward. The thought was 6 months ago that the cruise lines figured, okay, we got everybody back home, even though, the CDC in the US wouldn't let us fly them out of the US back to the Philippines or Indonesia. We sailed them home. We took the ships to Barbados, and we chartered planes and we flew them from there. They did everything. They went across the Atlantic and flew them home from there. Everyone's home now. They've been home. Now to get them back, you cannot even think about operating a cruise ship out of Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Port Canaveral, anywhere in the USA. You cannot even think about doing a cruise with a bunch of crew members unless, number one, everyone on board has been vaccinated, because now the crew members have to be vaccinated first. Forget about the passengers. The passengers later. First are the crew members. So if you've got a ship like the Oasis of the Seas, Harmony of the Seas, Allure of the Seas, Symphony of the Sea, these ships have 2,200 crew people at a time on board. That's 11,000 passengers for 5 ships right there. 11,000 crew members for 5 ships, plus the reserve members of the crew that rotate over, all the entertainers and everything else. Staff turns over all the time. You think about the cost for Carnival to arrange from the third world the cost of vaccinating their crew members before they're allowed to get on an airplane to fly anywhere. And right now, you can't fly anywhere internationally, really. Not easily anyway. How are you going to get them from Indonesia, the Philippines, to the States? First of all, you can't get into the States, but if you could, you got to have them vaccinated. You likely are going to have to put them in quarantine anyway, because the CDC will be really fickle about this. You got to cover the cost of flights, vaccines, doctors to inspect everyone, health professionals, quarantine, and then get them to the ship. We're talking $4,000 to $5,000 a crew member. I can easily see that happening. There are 300,000+ crew members on all the cruise ships around the world if you fill them all up with crew. Think about the cost of that. We're talking $1 billion here, another $1 billion just to get the crews for all these cruise ships back to their ships. And then you got to hope that the vaccine worked. There weren't side effects for these people, that they're okay, they passed quarantine. What happens if you have 2,200 crew on board, and they've quarantined, they're on board now, and then 3-4 days later, 10 crew members have the virus? Now what are you going to do? I have no idea what the logistics are here. It's just an absolute nightmare scenario. It's more complicated than chess. It's kind of like Star Trek 3D chess. It's kind of like that. I think even Spock would have a hard time figuring this one out. Crews getting vaccinated. The other issues that cruise lines are facing, and we're all going to face this. It happened today in the UK. The story broke internationally. A new variant of the virus has shown itself. That's what viruses do. They figure out a way to enhance themselves and keep expanding out. That's why this is called COVID-19. There's a reason why it's called COVID-19, not COVID-6. Now there might be COVID-20, 21, 22. I don't know if the vaccine that's out there is capable of handling this new variant. We don't know. We might be in for another year of lockdown. I don't know. It's very scary and disturbing. Cruise lines have to deal with that. International air travel restrictions could go globally. As of this moment right now, Canada and the United Kingdom are not flying passengers across the Atlantic to each other's countries. The UK has been shut down by 40 or 50 countries worldwide already. There are virtually no international flights leaving the UK going anywhere. Only in the USA, I believe, has been untouched up until I went on the air about an hour ago for the sponsor members show. As of right now, I think you could still fly Heathrow to New York. I don't know. That could get shut down, and it could get worse. If this variant, and I believe this variant is elsewhere, it's not just in the UK. I think the variant is in New York. It is in Chicago. It is in Atlanta. It's in LA. It's in Miami. Wherever flights have landed for the last 2 weeks from the UK, it's there. Count on it. It's there, and it's spreading amongst us. And of course, in the United States, the numbers are so out of control, and every state goes its own direction. This variant could be America-wide within the next week or two. How many will have it? I don't know, but apparently it spreads at a 70% faster rate. This is happening in Europe as we speak. This variant is in France, it's in Germany, it's in Spain, it's in Italy. This is not a UK-US problem. It's a global issue. It's everywhere. And we may find that airlines are going to be shut down internationally within the next few days. It could well be that within a week, there are no international flights flying anywhere. And then the question is, what about domestic? What's the next step on this whole thing? I don't know. This is supposed to be a cruise ship problem. This is a worldwide problem here. The new CDC rules coming out on January the 21st, right after the changeover of administrations. There's a whole new group of people in town that are running the show at all the health departments in the US, all the cabinet positions. There's a whole bunch of new folks running things, and there could be a whole bunch of new restrictions cruise lines are going to be facing that they hadn't had to worry about for the last 4 years. And the other the number 11 point to make about cruise ships, what they're going to have to deal with, there are ports around the world, and even in Key West, Florida, where the citizenry have banded together and have decided to basically have plebiscites and votes regarding the future of cruise ship visits. And in the case of Key West, Florida, the large cruise ships are out. Only the smaller ships are allowed in. I think it's 1,300 passengers or less, or maybe 1,500 or less. And daily numbers of visitors into Key West will have been restricted. I think it's 1,500 maximum per day. This is happening elsewhere. There's active discussion going on at many other ports. I know up in Bar Harbor, and other points along the East Coast, there's talk about limiting the number of passengers that will be allowed off of cruise ships or into the area period. Certain ports want all the business they can get, others want less. And in the last 9 months, a lot of cruise ships, last 8 months anyway, a lot of cruise ships, haven't been doing their thing. And a lot of ports have realized, you know what? It's kind of nice having our water nice and clear again. It's kind of nice being able to drive through downtown without mayhem in the streets for 6 hours a day when thousands of cruise passengers are just coming and going everywhere, buying T-shirts and taking selfies and doing whatever. Key West has figured it out. We can make way more money from people who come here for a 1-week stay in a hotel. This is after the virus. They'll come here for a 1-week stay. They'll drop $300 a day, easy for a couple, and they'll spend $2,000 for 7 days, and they'll visit all our area bars and restaurants. They'll visit a bunch of our shops. They might even buy real estate. They'll rent a car and drive around. They'll spend money doing all kinds of stuff. Whereas cruise ship passengers, they're in here for 4, 5, 6 hours, and then they're out of here. And most of these folks are on prepaid, organized group tours that the cruise lines are taking half the money for as a commission, and the other half is given to the local yokels. And these guys aren't making a lot of dough because they got to supply vehicles, employees, insurance, permitting, and everything else. And the folks in Key West are going, we're overrun with 5, 10, 15,000 people at a time. It's crazy. We're going to limit this. This is being talked actively in the Cayman Islands. The Cayman Islands are wondering, we were able to stop that big dock from being built in the Cayman Islands last year. Why don't we go another step further and maybe consider restricting the number of cruise ships that are going to come into Cayman Islands? They're going to have to come off of tenders anyway, lifeboats. We'll let them do that going forward, but we'll only restrict it to maybe 5,000 a day rather than 15, 18,000 a day. It was utter mayhem. Something to think about. All right, winners and losers for traveling in 2021. Here are no particular order. I just came up with a couple of different things. There are 9 of them. One of the winners, if cruising restarts, the smaller 6-star cruise lines will be the winners. They will definitely be winners. Why will they be winners? Well, because the 6-star cruise lines have larger cabins, all with balconies, which automatically allow the ship to sell out. The CDC will allow them pretty well to go 100% occupancy, at least 85% anyway. That's number one. Number two, they'll have folks who will want to only be on a ship with 800 other passengers, 600 other, 300 other, whatever the size is. In the case of Viking Ocean cruises, we're talking 945 or so, 940 passengers per cruise, max. My hunch, 700, 750. On a 900 or 700 foot long ship with 8 decks. Lots of space for all 700 folks, pampered by crew, because there's a high crew ratio for passenger ratio. The ship will be spick and span, spotless at all times. The health protocols will be perfect. These are going to be winners. These cruise lines will be winners. Now, I will say, over at Royal Caribbean, they have Silver Sea. Carnival has their own 6-star line. It's not Sovereign. It'll come to me. Seabourn for Carnival. Norwegian has Regent 7 Seas and Oceania. They already have some of their ships that are 6-star, but the 6-star lines like Viking Ocean and Crystal Cruises, these guys are going to do, I think, very well, if they can hang around long enough. Another winner, private jet travel. If you are able to charter a private jet for your family, for a group of friends, small 6 of you, 5 of you, 8 of you, these companies are winners, because what don't you have to worry about if you charter a private jet? You don't have to worry about the time the jet leaves with respect to getting to the airport 3 hours before your flight time. You don't have to play that game. You can get to the executive air terminal 30 minutes before your flight, even 15 minutes, depending on the company. You can get there that quick, that soon. There is no long 2-hour security lineup nonsense. There is none of this ticketing stuff and checking your baggage stuff. getting exposed to people coming from all over the world who are passing by through the aisleways and whatnot. You're in a small executive airport. You have minimal people you're going to bump into. You're going to go straight into the lounge, right onto your aircraft. You've got a pilot and a co-pilot, and you're going to get your flight nonstop to where you're going to go. You're not going to have any connections, none of this LA to Houston or Dallas, and then Dallas to Miami, and then Miami to whatever. No. You're going from LA to Dallas, or you're going from LA to New York, or you're going from New York to Miami. There's no stops, nothing. And onboard food, of course, you choose your menu in advance. You're paying for it. Believe me, it's not free. You're paying for it. These cruise, these private jet operators, winners for 2021 and looking forward. A loser, cruise lines that are operating very, very large ships with small cabins are going to be in trouble. I've covered this a little already, but if we talk about, a 15-year-old cruise ship with 1,200 balcony cabins, 800 inside cabins, the inside cabins might be shut down for a while. There might only be 1,000 cabins allowed, but the balcony cabins in the majority of cases are still rather small because the cruise lines want to get as many people on ships as possible. So they have a 130 square foot, 140 square foot cabin with a balcony. It's got a bed that you squeeze around and you get to your balcony. These are the losers because the cruise lines will not make a lot of money off of these ships. You're not going to be able to charge $500 a night for a tiny 135 square foot balcony cabin. It's just not going to happen. People aren't going to pay it. And the passengers, while being on a ship that might hold 3,000, now only has 1,400 people on board. That's a good thing. You've got more room on the decks, but you're still in a small room. Complete loser? No, but certainly not a full-blown winner like the 6-star cruise lines. Other losers will be economy airlines. These airlines, especially in the US and in Europe, they're not getting it through their thick skulls. These airlines refuse to turn the page to the new normal. They want to believe that there will be an old normal. What is the old normal? The old normal is where you take a 737 or a variant of that kind of a plane, and you have 3 on this side and 3 on this side. And the seats are 16 and a half inches wide, maybe 17 inches, and you've got very little room between you and the person in front of you and behind you. You're packed in like sardines, and they want to go back to those days. Those days are over. If they just get it through their thick skulls, all they got to do, and I know it costs money, but they got to do it, rip out those seats and put in 2 by 2, 2 on one side, 2 on the other side with space. Give the passengers extra room. Charge them more, they'll pay it. I'm telling you right now, if American Airlines shifted over to 2 and 2 seating instead of 3 and 3 seating, and they upped their price by 35% a seat, it wouldn't make a dang difference. This plane will sell out. You only have to sell out 65% of the seats. They'll sell out. And because of lack of availability, they'll sell out at top dollar. But the passenger will get room and safety rather than being squeezed in like this. There'll be fewer people at the departure gate. Again, social distancing win right there. Fewer people in the terminal, better win right there. Planes will be more on time, less baggage to deal with. It just would make more sense. This is just a dreamer talking. I'm just dreaming, wishing that this will be the way going forward. But right now, these airlines that insist on keeping the 3 and 3 seating and are even trying to sell out their planes in the middle of a pandemic, losers, absolute losers. I wouldn't, you couldn't give me a ticket for free on an airplane right now. I'm just not going. I'd rather drive 3,000 miles in my own car than be stuck in something like that, especially transatlantic. Oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me. A winner, cars and SUVs. They're the winners. Where are you folks going for a trip? Wherever you're going, you're probably going in your vehicles. So many of you are now traveling. Another winner, RVs. The RV business is the big winner of travel for 2020 and 2021. No question about it. How many families have either rented an RV or have gone ahead and bought an RV, and they've taken trips with the family, husband and wives, no kids. There's a whole bunch of empty nesters out there getting themselves an RV and drive it. And when you're driving in an RV, America now is gigantic. It's gigantic. You got 50 states to try and go see if you want, or how many on the mainland. You've got Canada eventually when that border opens up. You got Mexico when that border opens up. My goodness, can you see America in an RV? There are people who are never going back to the old way of traveling once we get back to a little more of a regular life. The RV will not be dumped off right away. People are going to keep RVing forevermore. I can see why. The bed and breakfast business, the business where Airbnb, where you can rent an entire house or an entire condo, those are winners, absolute winners. There are families who are going to travel. They're going to fly into a certain part of the USA, and they're going to rent their own private place. And they're going to have their own private swimming pool, their own private jacuzzi. They have their own kitchen, their own bathrooms. They're going to take care of their own housekeeping once they're there. And if they want to bring in some food, they just order it from takeout with the ease of their telephone or their computer. And if they need to go shopping, they'll drive to their own Costco and they'll pick up their own provisions maybe once a week. And they will travel safely away from the hordes. They are not going to go back to the Motel 6, the Red Roof Inn. They're not going to be packed into tiny little hotel rooms with screaming kids all over the swimming pool. They're not going to be exposed to the masses. It's just not going to happen. These are winners. Losers, long world cruises. I can't understand why anyone in the cruise business is offering world cruises right now. Makes no sense to me. Even in 2022, makes no sense to me. I can't see it happening without a hitch. There will be glitches. Some cruise lines are saying we're going to take a 120-day cruise and we're going to visit 35, 45 countries, 58 different ports. I don't know how that's going to happen. Every port, every country has its own rules and regulations that are changing all the time. Like I said, right now, the UK just went through a complete no-fly list. You're not welcome in our town type deal. This is going to go all over the place. I can't see world cruises being dependable to take what you think you're getting and what you're going to get. I don't think is going to be the same. And I don't want to be, I wouldn't want to be risking $40,000 to $100,000 per person on a trip that just isn't going to happen. I just don't understand that. And unfortunately, the last loser of the night, I'll mention this one. And there can be others, but I'm going to mention this promptly. Alaska. I am sorry to say, I think Alaska cruises are dead for 2021. Canada just extended the shutdown of the border between Canada and the U.S. until January 21st. Every 30 days, Canada and the U.S. extends the shutdown another month. I think this is going right through to the summertime. The Canadian ports have been shut down until I think February, March. By about January, watch the Canadian government shut down ports for probably most of the summer until next August or September. That wipes out Alaska for 2021. It wipes out the Canadian Maritimes as well, unfortunately. And of course, with cruising not starting until late in the fall, anyway, as far as I'm concerned, that wipes out Caribbean nations who are hoping for cruise ships to come back, that really want the business, Mexican cruise ports that are hoping for the business, and certain other locales around the world. Definitely losers on that front. If you're looking for cruise ships to bring you millions of visitors, for your economy, it might be another year before you really get anywhere. And I'm sorry to say it, but that's just the evidence is just too overwhelming to me. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. Welcome all of you to my show. Welcome to Traveling with Bruce on a Monday night. I hope you're having a good rest now. I hope your holidays are beginning shortly, if not already. I know a lot of you are distancing from relatives. I know I am with Jen and I here, my Jennifer Aniston lookalike wife. We're both here in Creston, and we're just we're alone. We're not going to be visiting anyone, and no one's coming here. It's the way we want it, the way it has to be this year. The good news is there's FaceTime on our phones and on our devices, and so we'll spend quality time with our daughter that way. She will be spending quality time with her friends in Calgary, and we won't infect them. They won't infect us, and hopefully no one will get ill, but you just don't know. And we'll wait out the arrival of the vaccine, hopefully for all of us, sooner rather than later, and hopefully the side effects will be minimal, if any. And we pray that the virus works on various variants that are beginning to pop up now of this virus, specifically now in the UK. All right, so say hi to me. Let me know, where are you watching me from? Tell me, what kind of weather are you experiencing? If you can throw a thumbs ups this way, that would be great. I would love to hear how many thumbs ups this show is receiving. I appreciate all of them from all of you out there. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for all of you who are supporting this channel. I wanted to mention, for those of you who follow me very closely, and those of you who follow me a little bit, I just want to say that we were having problems with YouTube regarding being paid for advertising back in September. If you don't know the story quickly, I'll just tell you that on the 14th of September, everything changed for this channel and apparently thousands of other channels that had anywhere from about 20,000 subscribers to about 80,000 subscribers. Many of us, not all of us, but many thousands of YouTube channels all of a sudden ran into an advertising shutdown where you at home were getting ads. You were seeing ads on our videos like you always see ads on our videos. We, as YouTubers, were getting reports from from YouTube every day that yesterday you had so many views and this is how many ads were shown in your channel. And this was going on until the 14th of September, just like normal. And after that, starting the 15th and 16th, my ad numbers dropped off the table. Yet my viewers were telling me, I'm getting ads, I'm getting ads. All my relatives were saying, I'm getting ads like crazy. But YouTube was telling me that the ad numbers on my channel were really low, down to about a third of normal for the second half of September. At the end of September, October the 2nd to be exact, all the ad revenue that had been still generated from the 14th to the end of September was taken away. So whatever it was, down to 1/3 of normal, it disappeared completely. And we were shut down from ad revenue for YouTube. I only got paid ad revenue for the first 2 weeks of September. This happened again over thousands of other channels after doing some research. This happened all of November as well. Through the entire month of October, all of October, no ad revenues were paid at the end of the month. We saw ads and reports, but they were way down, 30%, 40% of normal. And at the end of October, November the 2nd, we were told, I was informed, that I would not be paid any money by YouTube from ads appearing on my channel. The reason being given, after weeks of wondering what the heck is going on, YouTube was accusing my channel and thousands of others in this size, this 20 to 40, 60,000, 80,000 range. We were being accused of soliciting and instituting illegal or invalid click activity with our advertiser ads. I have no idea what that means. I don't know how to do that. But apparently the story goes that in the YouTube agreement between creators and YouTube, if there's a problem with people clicking on ads in Romania or Kazakhstan or Russia or the Ukraine or Pittsburgh, it's my fault. It's not YouTube's fault. It's not someone else's fault. It's the creator. And the creator must pay. And the way the creator pays, YouTube doesn't pay the creator. And so we didn't get paid from YouTube for 2 weeks, September, all of October. And we didn't know what the situation was for November. In the first 10 days of November, it was awful. Only a third of the ads were registering, and the ad rates were just awful. And then the 10th of November, the ads came back. Everything came back. All my analytics came back to normal starting the 10th of November. And every day in November, we kept an eye on it. And the first 9 days were god-awful. And the remaining 20-odd days were normal. But even with that, my volumes have dropped so much on my channel that the revenues coming in for November were about 70% of overall normal from past months. No changes were made in September. No changes were made in October. At the end of November, December the 2nd and 3rd and 4th, I started noticing adjustments were being made to my channel's revenues for the first 9 days of November. YouTube reinstated the ads that were actually being shown, that you actually saw. I was getting rewarded for those ads. And so by the end of November, for the end of November, I was paid about 70% of what I would normally have earned in any other month for ad revenues. Now, November is the biggest month of the year. That's the biggest month of the year for advertising, because that's where Christmas advertising goes. December is good until about now, and then it stops dead after today, tomorrow, because whatever advertising is on YouTube now, you will not get by Christmas Eve unless you receive something by FedEx overnight. So the ad rates between roughly now and the end of December will go right back into the toilet, because that's normal every year. And so December is nowhere near as good as November. But this November, we only earned about 70% of what we should have earned, but we didn't have the views because we just got so beat up by the analytics. I reached out to viewers in September and October and November and told you the situation and asked for help, and people sent donations to this channel through PayPal, which I had asked for, because PayPal donations, I get about 96% to 98% of whatever comes in. And thank you. That replaced about half of all the dollars we lost from those 6 weeks where we got nothing. And I thank you. It made all the difference. We snuck through. I'm a full-time YouTuber. It's all I do for a living. And thank you, all of you who helped out. And so whenever a YouTube donation, a PayPal donation comes in, I say thank you so much to all of you. Anyone who's been donating $10 or more US gets one of these postcards automatically. Just send me your address. And of course, I've reached out to sponsor members, people who become sponsor members of this channel. They're committing 33 cents a day to the channel. It's $10 a month. And they automatically get one of these and 2 live shows a week to join me Mondays and Fridays. And I thank you, all of you. There are 64 sponsor members now. We only had about 30 or so in September. We now have 64 sponsor members, and that group just keeps getting bigger, and we really have a good time on these hangout shows. Fridays, we play trivia. On Mondays, we talk about whatever you want to talk about. And today on the show, we had 3 of my viewers on the air with me live on camera, and we got the viewers got to see what these sponsor members look like. And we had a lot of fun. And I thank all of you for supporting this channel in any way you're supporting it, whether you're just watching the ads, whether you're skipping the ads, whether you're just watching my videos and sending me comments, thumbs ups, whether you're making donations, picking up items on my RedBubble store, however you're helping out, I thank you. You put it all together, and I make a living doing this. Do I make a good living? No, but I survive. And I thank you guys. I'm not yet at 1 million subscribers. When I get to 1 million subscribers, I'm sure I'll be doing a lot better than I'm doing now. Thank you all for all of your support and the following of this channel. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. It's absolutely wonderful. We have a P.O. box. If you want to send us anything in the mail, you want to send me a Christmas card or a greeting card. Some folks actually send donations in the mail. They love sending dollar bills in the mail. I love receiving them. We have a P.O. box for that. It's right there. If you want to send me a card or a letter or anything in the mail, it's to my main post office here in downtown Creston, a town of 5,000 people. Thank you very much for doing that. Usually that information is down below in the description of all my videos, and just check that out. Thank you all for that. I also have another channel called Stock Markets with Bruce. You can check me out there anytime you want. I love doing videos there where I try to talk about the stock market in plain English. I try to eliminate these stupid, complicated, undiscernible terms that these analysts are using in Wall Street. And I try to explain the stock market as if you're in grade 6 so that I understand it and you understand what the heck is going on. Join me, Stock Markets with Bruce. We are now we're approaching 1,100 subscribers, and we're monetized over there. So I'm really grateful for that. If you want to go anywhere on a trip when we can travel, call these guys, Ambrin Travel. They are the travel agency for my channel. The next group cruise that I will announce when I announce it will be done in conjunction with cooperation of Ambrin Travel, and you can call them. You talk to actual human beings when you contact Ambrin Travel. You don't talk to a machine. You don't fill in these forms. You get to talk to Caitlin, Carrie, or Laura, and they'll take very good care of you. So thank you for that. Join me on my Facebook group page, Traveling with Bruce. A lot of us hang out there. And like I said, if you want to become a sponsor member, just go to my link. There's a link here. You can find the link down below. You can find it on my homepage. It depends on the kind of device you want to use, but you can become a sponsor member anytime. Thank you for the thumbs ups, everybody. I really, really appreciate it. Well, like I say, if you want to say hi to me, tell me where you watching me from. Let me know. I would love to give you a shout out tonight. If you have any comments or questions about my my show tonight or any of the videos I've done, let me know. Let me have it. Whether you like it or not, and please consider giving this show a thumbs up and let me know how many thumbs ups have we got. Does anybody know how many we have right now? We have 117 people watching. I'm curious to know how many thumbs ups we've got. I'm going to try to say hi to as many people as I can. These messages have been up for a while, and my computer might skip a bunch of you. But Tom Henry is here. Paper City Gamer Jeff is here. How you guys doing? Ken Kachera is in the house. Welcome to not only to Ken, but also to Janet from Saginaw, Michigan. They send me cards all the time in the mail. They send me wonderful messages all the time in the mail. They send me envelopes all the time where they send me articles about what's going on in the cruise business. You guys are wonderful. You're great supporters of this YouTuber. I thank you so much. I want to wish you all the best for your holidays. I'm certain you've got one of my cards for Christmas. Thank you. Also, Peter Heckema, it's his birthday today, one of my top supporters of this channel. Peter, thank you for sending me a card. I know it's your birthday today, and happy birthday to you and many, many more. Thank you for being a loyal supporter of this channel. Jeannie is here with her husband, Bill, from East Tennessee, 54 degrees, super sponsor members of this channel. Thank you for being here, guys. Sharon is here as well, super member, sponsor member. Tim Bowman from Seattle. It's wet and blustery. Thanks, buddy, for being here tonight and being a member. Kevin Chapman, the author of this unbelievable book. You got to get your hands on this book. Take a 6-day cruise right now by just picking up this right here, Lethal Voyage. Go to Amazon. Check out Kevin G. Chapman's Mike Stoneman thriller, Lethal Voyage, 6-day voyage out of New York to Bermuda and back. All kinds of mayhem, murders everywhere. You gotta love it. I read this book in one night. I loved it. Get your hands on that book. And if you're super smart, get your hands on the other two he's written as well. He's done 3 books now. Get your hands on the entire series. Kevin, thank you for being a part of this channel. And a number of my viewers are loving your books. It's fantastic. You can get the audio version. You can get the Kindle version. You can get the paperback version. Get your hands on that right now. Nathan, hey, TWB members, Hangout was fun. Thank you for being here for that. Tim Bowman, can you update us on YouTube travails? I've just done it. Jack Wise, greetings from Conroe, Texas. Houston suburb where the temperature has fallen to 55 degrees. Gas can be found here for $1.55 a gallon. Awesome, man. $1.55, that is so dirt cheap. You adjust that for inflation. And you go back to when they filmed and broadcast the first of the Die Hard movies. You remember the Die Hard movies with Bruce Willis? The one in Nakatomi Plaza in Los Angeles? There's a scene where the cop goes into the 7-Eleven to get some Twinkies, and he comes out. He's told to go to Nakatomi, and he's out there. He goes outside. He looks at the tower down the street, and just off in the distance is a gas station showing the price of gas. I think it was 90-something cents a gallon. I bet you that $1.55 today is cheaper than that, adjusted for inflation. We have not had it any better. It's unbelievable how cheap gas is. Unfortunately, we just can't go anywhere. That's the problem. Jack, thank you for being here, and thank you for your support of this channel. As always, Jim Evans, hey, how you doing? Well, it's nice to see you, Jim. Welcome to the show tonight. Dan is here from Hamilton, Ontario. How you doing, buddy? Welcome. Thank you for sharing all of my videos to your Facebook friends, all of you out there who are sharing my videos on Facebook, on Twitter, Any way you can share my videos, I really appreciate it. You're helping me a lot. Johnny V, hey Bruce, 32 Fahrenheit, 0 Celsius, 32 Fahrenheit, Montreal, gas $1 a liter, wishing you and everyone here a joyeux Noel. Thank you, Johnny V, for that. Nice to have you here from beautiful Montreal, one of the most beautiful cities in all the world. If you ever want to go to another country other than Canada and the US, go to Quebec. Check out Montreal, check out Quebec City, and check out some of the small cities and towns in Quebec. What a beautiful province, filled with some of the most beautiful people in all the world. You will love it, I guarantee it. Robert Blend, hello, Bruce from Boston. Do you still like GameStop? I do like GameStop. GameStop shares, GME, I like them. I think they're going a lot higher. I like it. Wanda, hello, Bruce from Diamond Bar, California. Welcome, Wanda, to the show. Sharon, good riddance to those who are opposed to the facts. Right on, Sharon. Mermaid, hi from your favorite YouTube subscriber. Just received a donation on PayPal from Zane Belcher. Zane, you are awesome, man. Thank you so much for that. And also Evan's Family Vlog. I just got a donation coming in from from Super Chat. Thank you guys. Early Christmas presents. I really appreciate it. Jen will be thrilled. Dan, did you see the one with Emma Cruises where all the what was it? All the rocks non-cruiser pick on her? Yes, she does do videos about evil comments. I get them. She gets them. Tony gets them. Dawn gets them. We all get them. Every YouTuber has haters. We all have trolls. We all have nasty, nasty people out there. We just have to kind of live with it, and we have to kind of go with the flow. Thank you, all of you, for following this channel year in and year out. 3.5 years on the air now with TWB, and I couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you. The caffeine-free Diet Coke still works, the beverage of choice of this YouTuber. And I thank you all for following me. But yeah, we do have our haters. Unfortunately, Wes, greetings from New Braunfels, Texas, where it's 63 and cloudy. My friend Wes Morrison, he sent me this coaster 2.5 years ago, from Green Hall, Texas. I have it right here. I use it for my coffee mug. Thank you, buddy, for that. I really appreciate it. Terry Gallant, I've heard that the FCC will be extended. Future cruise credit will be extended for Royal Caribbean. What about those of us who deposited open deposits in the last week before the shutdown? The letter says must book within 1 year. I know they've extended it. I think they might have to extend it again because if cruising doesn't happen until next September, they've got to extend the cruise credits to the end of 2022. Terry, this is in flux. This will keep going. There will be more changes coming yet. Sharon, we actually have deposits for 3 cruises in 2021. I'm most optimistic about being able to take one in October. I'm dubious about May and cautiously optimistic about July. Tim Bowman received a Holland America offer today for a free inside room if one books a veranda stateroom. I'm I can't believe this offer. I know the cruise lines have not yet been mandated to not sell inside rooms. They can still offer them. I wouldn't buy one if I were you. I wouldn't take one because God forbid you get quarantined on a ship for 2 weeks in an inside room. You don't want that. Something tells me, though, that Holland America might be doing this because they kind of know they're not going to be able to sell them. So why don't we just include them in with our veranda rooms? So some of our bigger suites where we have a balcony over here and an inside right across the hall will offer that for no charge as an add-on, as a promotional. But I think down the road, they may not even be allowed to be used at all. They might have to be blocked off completely. We'll have to wait and see for this. Time will tell. Alagabus, last week I mused about a possible COVID-22 outbreak. Hopefully this COVID-20 mutation, although more contagious, remains less deadly, while vaccines deal with it effectively equals cruise immunity. Let's hope for the best. I hear you there. I'm worried about these mutations a lot. I'm really worried about this. Steamer, great to watch your previous show. Great guest. Thanks, buddy. Thank you for being here tonight. Dave C. Bruce, please encourage your viewers to stop sending deposit money to the cruise lines. They're using the money to make payroll and keep their greedy management employed. Keep in mind, the top management are not being paid by the cruise lines. They have voluntarily not taken pay. They are getting stock. Don't worry. They're okay. They're getting a lot of shares of the company, but they're not getting cash. But a lot of the staff of the cruise lines have taken serious pay cuts upwards of 35, 50% in some cases. So they're kind of hanging on. Kirk, hi, Bruce. Kirk from New York is in the house. Hey there, buddy. Welcome to the show. Nice to have you here. Great sponsor member that you are. Susan R. Hi, all. Hi, Susan. Rocky. Hi, Robert Blend. Are you still snowbound? I ran south to Virginia in 2014. Luckily, before the winter of 14-15, I used to live in Mansfield. People want to know what the weather is like. Sylvan, hi, Bruce, and everybody. That T-shirt looks so good on you. This is the famous Sextant T-shirt here from TWB. Thank you, everybody, for supporting me through RedBubble purchases. You can get this Sextant on a T-shirt. You can get it on a coffee mug. You can get it on your iPhone cover. You can get it on like notebooks. There's like 30 different items you can buy with logos on it. We have 35 TWB logos. The anchor logo that you see right there over this shoulder here. Everything's backwards for me. This logo right here, the porthole logo, you can get on a coffee mug, T-shirt, whatever you like. There's the propeller logo right there. There's the anchor logo right there. Of course, there's the steering wheel logo. All kinds of them. And thank you, all of you, for supporting this channel and doing that. I appreciate it very, very much. So, thank you, Sylvan, for being here tonight, as always. Sharon, actually, it's called COVID-19 because it was identified in 2019. But yes, mutations are a serious worry. Hopefully the vaccines will work on them. Let's hope so. Rose Henderson is in the house. Rose, how are you doing? Michigan is doing fabulous. Welcome, Rose. We are flattening our curve big time. Right on. That is good to hear. Alberto Sereno, hi from Puerto Rico. Welcome, Alberto, from beautiful Puerto Rico and beautiful people there. Nice to have you here. I can't wait to get back again. Been only one time. I want to go again. Nikki, Roger and Nikki are here in Jacksonville, Florida, where it's a chilly 54. Happy solstice, y'all. Today is the shortest day of the year. We turned. Did you feel it? We hit that point where the Earth stopped tilting one way, and now we're going to tilt and turn the other. We're going to keep rotating, but the tilt has changed, and the days are going to get longer. Trust me. Between now and June, we're getting one longer, baby. I love it. Andrew, hi, Bruce. How you doing, buddy? Jack, I have repaired the sun's ailment. Beginning tomorrow, it will begin to emit more sunshine. Thank you, sir, for that. People's Republic of San Francisco, you've been hitting pure home runs and batting 1,000, Bruce. I try, but the hatred is there. Sandy, hi, TWB family from sunny, warm Malibu. I hope you all have a great holiday week. Rose, no flow rider on those ships. That's true. Leonard, hello. Hi, Leonard. Edward, hey, Bruce. Edward, how's it going? Rose, you get what you pay for, Rose. You are correct. Edward, inside should be gone. Susan R., happy holidays to everybody. Keith, hi, Bruce. Just joined your finishing watching a basketball game. Priorities, laughing out loud. Welcome, Keith, to the show. Sharon, the Steelers game has started. We know what Jennifer's doing. She's in the back watching the Steelers game. Absolutely. Susan R. Delta supposedly leaving the middle seats open. Edward, no more normal. Go with what you said. Kirk Brunson, I don't see how ships will make money without inside cabins. Buy inside cabins, leave 1,000 or so to spend on board. Well, like I say, when it works out, but something tells me they're not going to be allowed to use them for quite some time. Sharon, 41 thumbs up so far. Tom Seaver's number, so that's a big one in our household. Right on, Tom Seaver's number. Edward, Charlotte, North Carolina, cold in the 40s. Kelly, love, Bruce, I'm here. Welcome, Kelly Haston. Fantastic sponsor member and supporter of this channel. Thank you for being here tonight. Bruce, greetings from near Port Canaveral, Florida. Looking for a cruise soon. I hear you. It'll be a while, but I can't wait. Danielle, hello, everybody. Welcome, Danielle Fields. Cards by Glenn, Spade Strategies. Happy holidays. Welcome, Cards by Glenn. Bruce, you got this. Max Carey, I have a dream to take a world cruise, but I can understand why you think they may not happen for quite a while. Yeah, it's just too, I don't know. Cards by Glenn, taking a cruise on March 27th out of Long Beach. Hope for the best there. Zane, no worries about ad revenues from Georgia. We have a runoff here and we're experiencing wall-to-wall political ads on YouTube. I'm sure you are. Unbelievable. Rebecca, received my Traveling with Bruce amplifier. Thank you. That is fantastic, Rebecca. These are the amplifiers you can buy from TWB if you make a $50 US donation on PayPal. I will send you one of these airmail. If you're from overseas in Britain, Europe, Australia, send me 60 American and I'll airmail it all the way over there. These are cell phone amplifiers for your cell phones. You just put your cell phone right in here, and the sound comes blaring out over here, made of solid wood, right here, handmade in Creston. You get the logo on the back, you get a logo on the front. Marshall handcrafted these, and he put his brand in there. Marshall Thompson, made with real wood, no moving parts, no batteries, no software. These never fail you. Just put your phone in here, the sound comes out here, blares across the room like a little amplifier. It's fantastic. Great for the office, the deck, the RV, whatever. You can get one in a dark brown, in a anchor logo, the light color for the sextant, or the light color for the anchor logo here. Let me know which one you want. Send me your donation, send me your address, give me your instructions, and I'll send one out to you. We only have a couple here, but we'll send. We keep getting Marshall to make more when we run out. It's fantastic, guys. I am in London. Mayran is saying, Mayran, welcome from London to the show. I hope you're doing well. Please stay safe over there. Virtual Coffee Lab. Thank you, Bruce, for your videos you made about how to get started with YouTube. I started my own YouTube channel and have a new appreciation for all the work you have put into your videos, says Mike. Virtual Coffee Lab. I'm glad you're joining the club. It is a lot of work. I work 7 days a week on this channel, but I love doing it. So that's why. If I didn't love doing this, I would have given up a long time ago. I really would have. It's very difficult, but there are rewards if you put in the time. Tim Bowman, 55 thumbs up. All right, on. Mayor, I have a question. I want to work as a teacher of chess on cruise lines. Also, maybe as a history or current affairs teacher. Can you please help? I don't know how that will work. It's going to be a while before, with social distancing and with mask wearing and restrictions on occupancy, it might be a couple of years, Mehran, before this can happen. So I can't help you at this point. We're just going to have to follow this cruise business to see just how it evolves over the next year or so. But that's an interesting idea. Happy birthday, Peter. Peter Heckema, definitely 61 thumbs ups now. Mayran, happy birthday, Peter. Evans Family Vlog, thank you guys so much. Repeat offenders sending me donations. Thank you for this $24.99 donation. I really do appreciate it. That car guy, hey, a little late. How's it going? Welcome. We're hanging right in there. Kirk, 62 thumbs ups. Thank you, Kirk, for letting me know. Evans, we love your channel. Thank you, guys. Fly Everest, have you made a video about the reason for and the origin of the Jones Act? I've been told it's a reason Alaska cruising may not occur for quite some time. I've talked about it. I'm not a nautical and law expert of this, but from what I know, a cruise ship leaving Seattle and coming back to Seattle cannot just go to another American port and come back. It must go to another country during its itinerary to allow it to be foreign flagged. There's a ship in Honolulu called the Pride of America, Can't call it the Pride of America, I've been told. It's Pride of America. The ship Pride of America is a U.S. flagged ship that is operated by Norwegian, but not under the Norwegian offshore. There's a Norwegian entity that has been created for this ship to be flagged. It's staffed by American crew, and it only goes to Hawaii Islands. And it's the only ship in the world, the only cruise ship there is of this size that is an American flagged cruise ship. Theoretically, it could work its way to LA and go back to Hawaii, or it could work off of LA and just go up to San Francisco, Seattle, Portland, and all. It could do that. But right now it is only doing Hawaii cruises. There used to be 3 U.S. flagged ships that Norwegian had. One of them was the Jade in Hawaii, but the Jade got reflagged within a year back into an international flag, and only Pride of America is the only ship left that is flagged with U.S. flags. All the other ships that ply the world are what we call flags of convenience: the Bahamas, Bermuda, Panama, and other countries. And so under the Jones Act, you must be an American flagged ship to ply U.S. ports only. That's why there are no sailings from Seattle to Anchorage and back. The sailings are only Seattle to Vancouver or Victoria, all the way up, or all the way up to Alaska, and then you must stop at Vancouver on the way home back to Seattle. You have to do that. And out of Miami, you can't go from Miami to Port Canaveral to New York and back to Miami. You have to go Miami, Bermuda, or you have to go Miami, Bahamas. You have to go to another country before you come back to Miami to adhere to the general idea of the Jones Act. In general, that's what that means. Hello from New Orleans, says a Facebook user. We are broadcasting live simultaneously on this channel, here on YouTube, and on my Facebook group page for Traveling with Bruce. And I have a user saying hi to me. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. All right, Jeff. Hi, Bruce, on TWB. Summer solstice down under today, but sun has not appeared. 18 Celsius. So it's a summer solstice around the world, of course. So the days are going to start getting shorter in Australia. They're going to start getting longer in North America and Europe and the Northern Hemisphere. Looking forward to some more sunshine. Joseph, hello from Newtown Abbey, Belfast. Welcome from beautiful Belfast, Joseph. Nice to have you here tonight. Evan's family vlog. We need one of them speaker boxes to put on my desk. Robert Blend. Yes, we had a big snowstorm last Friday in Boston. All shoveled out on Friday. Going to be 58 on Christmas. That's all melting now, big time. Sharon, if you could go to Puerto Rico, you have to do the Bacardi Distillery tour. Right on. Rocky Grasso, I watched yesterday's broadcast of the winter solstice sunset at Stonehenge, one of our short excursions from a Rhapsody of the Seas 2015 transatlantic cruise. I've been to Stonehenge back in 1999, December 1999. Jennifer and myself and Jennifer Jr., we had been living in the Cayman Islands until October of 1999. And I wanted to stay in the Caymans. My work permit had expired, and I wanted to stay in the Cayman Islands as an offshore asset manager, as a consultant going forward. I wanted to be self-employed rather than be employed by an employer. And I had made an application to the Cayman Islands government through their work permit system to apply for a permit to be able to live on the island with my wife and daughter as a self-employed analyst, consultant, offshore consultant. But the deal is you can't be on the island while your application is pending to stay on the island, because once your authorized stay expires, which is the work permit, you got to go. So we had to leave the island by the end of October and wait for the approval or denial of such. So we organized a flight. I contacted a travel agent down there, which I was using, and I organized a flight for the three of us, a ticket where we flew from the Cayman Islands to Florida, and we ended up in Orlando, and we stayed there for about a week. Then we went down to Miami for a day or two, caught a plane, flew to New York City, stayed there for 2 weeks. We did New York, and we were in a hotel in New Jersey, and then we would drive into Manhattan, and we would hang out there. Then we flew from JFK to Heathrow, and we stayed in the UK for about a month, for basically the end of November until towards the end of December, the darkest days of the year, the shortest days of the year. And we were in London for 2 weeks, and we were in Bath, UK for 2 weeks. We were in a bed and breakfast, and we had rented a car there, and we tooled all around southern UK, all over Wales, and we went to Stonehenge, and we had a whole day at Stonehenge, Glastonbury. We visited Bristol. We stayed in Portsmouth for a day. We stayed in Dover for about 4 days. Glastonbury on the way back, came back to London, grabbed an airplane ride back to Canada, to Vancouver, British Columbia, a couple of days there, then to Calgary, Alberta, spent Christmas 1999 there and here in Creston, New Year's Eve here. And then we ended up flying from Calgary to Vancouver for a couple of days. In Vancouver, we flew down to Ontario, California, first week of January. And that whole time we were on the road, living out of suitcases. And we ended up in Palm Desert, California, Palm Springs, Palm Desert. We rented a car in Ontario, drove there for about 4 or 5 days. And then we rented a car to Las Vegas, stayed in Vegas for about a month and a half, spending $18 a night for hotels at the Excalibur and New York, until we figured out that with me playing the slot machines all the time, these penny slots and nickel slots, I was racking up enough points losing 20 bucks a day, 30 bucks a day. I was racking up enough points to pay for the room. The room now was free. We had free room, free food, free beverages. They were handing out all kinds of stuff to us. We were there in January when there was nobody there. By February, the end of February, we then flew from Ontario back to Miami, Dallas, Miami, then Miami to the Cayman Islands, and we returned to the islands to get the verdict. Can we stay on the islands or not? And they said no. And so now we had all our stuff in storage because we'd moved out of our condo and everything. And now we stayed for 2 weeks as a vacation. We were on vacation. And then we left the island knowing we couldn't stay there anymore because I wasn't going to work for anybody. And we decided, well, we had to figure out where to go. And the ticket that I was still on, this airplane ticket, we flew back to Orlando, to Dallas, to Ontario, California. That was the end of the ticket. And from there, we could decide what to do next. And we had decided during the time that we were in Las Vegas and Palm Springs that if we couldn't stay in the islands, we would live in Palm Springs, Palm Desert, California. So we rented a car in Ontario, drove to Palm Desert, and spent about a couple of days in a hotel. And then we found a condo, fully turnkey furnished condo to live in from then on. And for the next 7 years, we ended up moving about 2 months later into an unfurnished condo, which we then began to furnish ourselves. And we lived for 7 years in Palm Desert, California. And I loved it. We were on a golf course, Monterey Golf and Country Club. And the backyard, I didn't have a backyard. There was a little gate, and outside there was a golf cart. There was a power cart, a pathway for a power cart. And there was a par 3 golf hole right there. That was my backyard. I'm living on a golf course now. And I could walk about 150 feet to my right, and there was a pool and jacuzzi available 24/7. And there was another pool and jacuzzi about 150 yards this direction, another one over there, these community pools. There were 27 of these community pools all over the facility. And my favorite place every evening was right over there, the hot tub and the swimming pool. After dinner, I would put on my bathing trunks, and in the wintertime, I'd put on a morning coat, put on a towel, grab a big bottle, a 2-liter bottle of caffeine-free Diet Coke, grab a big plastic cup filled with ice, and schlep over in my flip-flops to my hot tub. And every night, that's where I would be sitting, bubbling away in this nice warm water, doing offshore finance consulting from there. I didn't need to be in the Cayman Islands. I figured out I could replace myself with hired guns that lived in the Cayman Islands, and I could live in Palm Desert, California, handling this consulting work from the comforts of California. I figured I'll do it for as long as it lasts, and when it's over, it's over. Well, it lasted 7 years. It was wonderful, and I love California so much. I miss it so much. It's if I could live anywhere, it would be Palm Desert, California, with the occasional trip on a cruise ship and occasional trip to Europe and so on, of course. But I would love to be doing this work, this channel work right here from Palm Desert rather than from Creston if I had my way. But right now, it's just not happening, so what can I say? Anyway, there's a little story for you. A little off the beaten path. Hope you enjoyed it. CVCS14, do you think Inside Rooms will get a free upgrade? You might be offered a deal you can't refuse to a balcony. Bruce, what are your thoughts on booking a back-to-back in Florida in the fall of 2021? It's still a risk. I don't know if it'll happen. Robert, did you ever receive my card? Yes, I think I did, Robert. You put me on the spot, but I think I got a card from you, and I thank you because I got a little surprise in there, and I thank you for that. And I'm sorry I don't have it handy, but I think I did receive a card from you. I get so much in the mail now. It is unbelievable. Ken and Janet are the kings of sending me cards, and they're everywhere. But I think I did, Robert, and I thank you very much for that. Tim, it's snowing hard. It's SeaTac. It's snowing in Seattle. Oh my. They're shutting down in Seattle. They're getting snow. That car guy, what's your favorite older ship you've been on? Older meaning 10 to 20 years of age. The oldest cruise ship I've been on since I've started cruising would be the Oosterdam, and it's built in 2002. And that doesn't seem like an old ship. I love that ship. Leroy, what's up, Bruce? How you doing, buddy? Michael X, hi, Bruce, 76 in Phoenix. You're killing me, Michael. Favorite ships from the three major lines you've been on? Well, I liked the Jade. I enjoyed the Epic, but I really liked the Jade because it was just the right side. For Royal Caribbean, I was only on the Explorer of the Seas, so I haven't compared anything else yet. I was supposed to be on the Harmony of the Seas last week, and then for Princess, I was on the Odyssey. No, I was on the Princess Ruby Princess. Was all right. Enjoyed that ship. Susan, love your trivia tale, travel tale. Thank you, Susan, for that. I appreciate it. Appreciate that you enjoyed the story. Great road story. That was a great road trip. That was really something. Our daughter was 12 at the time. She liked it. She hated it. She hated it because she missed her school friends, but we couldn't put her in school, so we had to homeschool her for a full year. She liked it because, did have to go to school and kind of traveling and seeing different things. But she hated it because when we got to the UK, Jennifer and I had a habit of going to see ships. We always went to see historical ships, and she wasn't into this. I did convince her to go on a cruise with me on the Norwegian Jade from Southampton through the Mediterranean, and she enjoyed that very much. But this traveling nonstop, didn't like that. She did enjoy going to Harrods department store, and at Harrods we made an agreement between the three of us. Since we were traveling now for like 6 months, we decided that we would go to Harrods and we'd buy ourselves a pillow, because everywhere we stayed, we didn't like the pillows. Every hotel you go to, it's a different kind of pillow. So we decided we would buy pillows and take them with us on our future travels. Of course, I knew that we were in the UK now for a month, and then we would be in California, Vegas for like a month or so too, and then we'd end up in the Caymans. So we really weren't going to be night different hotel every night. So we went to Harrods department store, and we walked around all the different departments. This is like a 10-story tall building, unbelievable. And we came to the pillow department. Yes, there was a pillow department in 1999 at Harrods, and there were pillow sales representatives who sold nothing but pillows. Okay, and we were approached by one of the experts there, and we had a little chat. We told him our situation, that we're traveling for 6 months. And we keep having a problem with different pillows. And we need pillows for the three of us that will last, that will travel nicely for the three of us. Oh, the gentleman said, I understand. What kind of price range do you have in mind? I said, well, what kind of price range is there? And he said, well, we start anywhere from about, I'm going to say US dollars, anywhere from about $20 a pillow to $2,000 a pillow, to kind of give you the range at Harrods. This is why there are pillow people there. I said, well, we're definitely into the lower end of the pillow business. And we ended up picking up 3 pillows that I think we spent about $150 on. We bought 3 very nice pillows, but for us, very nice pillows. For Harrods, they were 3 of the lower cost variety, but they were just right because Jennifer got to try out the pillow she wanted. Jennifer Jr., she got to try out the pillow she wanted. And this guy found a pillow that worked for him, all in the price range that worked for us. And that's how we enjoyed our day at Harrods, buying pillows for ourselves. We also bought ourselves one other little unit. And this is something I have to this very day. We don't have the pillows anymore, but we do have this one thing that we did buy at Harrods, more for myself and Jennifer. It's known as a TENS machine, TENSE machine, TENSE, I'm not sure, TENS machine or TENS. If you know anything about Dr. Ho, have you ever seen one of those Dr. Ho commercials on television where it's a little unit that looks like a miniature cell phone, and then you plug in these wires, and at the end of the wires are these square little pads that you put on your muscles, and you put one here, you put one there, and then you turn the little machine on, and an electrical current runs through the 2 patches on your skin, and it vibrates. So if you've got a sore tendon in your shoulder, this will really help treat it. If you go to a sports therapist for tendonitis or problems with your knees or your hips, you'll get a TENS machine treatment every time. Well, I had gone to a therapist for a sore shoulder years earlier, and I was always suffering from sore, stiff necks and lower back, getting old. Well, we found a department where you could buy TENS machines at Harrods, and we spent 90 American dollars buying a TENS machine, and to this very day, we still have it and use it when all the time. It's right beside where I sit. There's a TENS machine at the ready anytime I need it. You keep buying these pads all the time. You keep buying them at medical supply centers, no problem. But this machine has been a godsend, absolute godsend. It helps with the forearm, the elbow, the shoulder, the neck, the lower back, your hips, your knees, wherever you've got aches and pains, you got to get one of these TENS machines. I love it. Really worked out. That's what we bought at the Harrods store. Pretty cool. Leroy, I'm presently working with Royal Caribbean from 1987. I am now in Jamaica, waiting to go back to work. I love your channel. Thank you, Leroy, for being here and following me. A lot of cruise employees do follow me, and I really do appreciate that. Bruce, is my next cruise is on MSC. Any advice? If you can afford the yacht club, you'll love it. If you can't afford the yacht club, I don't know. If you can only afford the cheapest cabin, you might not like it. The higher up you go, the more you'll like it. That's from people who've been on MSC tell me. They all love the yacht club for sure. Robert, for favorite ship on NCL, Dawn, Boston to Bermuda. I collect refrigerator art on all my cruises. Right on. Queet beat Larry Moulton. What do you do with Royal? Leroy, I'm a lead bartender. Cool. Bet you have some crazy stories. Plenty of crazy stories. Patty is here. Steelers not going that great so far against the 2-10-1 team. Oh, that's too bad. Hopefully they'll turn it around. Susan, I still have Harrods tea bags. Great tea. Fly Everest. Electrical nerve simulation. Great and usually safe invention. Yes, those whatever those words are. Those are great units. Ron Clark, I am RRCL as well. I'm also a Royal Caribbean. Susan R. from 1998, haha. Tim Bowman, for favorite older ships for Holland America was the Prinzendam and the Maasdam Celebrity Century or Royal Caribbean Harmony of the Seas. All great ships, great staffs, great itineraries, fantastic cruises. Oh, I miss them. I miss cruising so much. I cannot wait to go back someday. I really can't. Folks, I want to say thank you again to those of you who have been here supporting this channel. Just double checking my emails here from PayPal today. I want to say again a special shout out to Zane Belchner. Thank you so much for your donation. Happy holidays to you and your family. Saying love the show and love to support it. Happy travels in 2021. We hope. Thank you very much for that donation on PayPal. Very, very much appreciated. That was awful kind of you to do. And again, all of you out there who've been supporting this YouTuber, I do appreciate it very much. It means a lot. Also to the family, thank you again to the family at Evans Family Vlog. Thank you guys for your donation tonight. I really appreciate it. It means the world to us. We really appreciate it very, very much. Guys, thank you for all of you for being here today. I'm going to throw up a little fireworks show here in appreciation for all of you being here. Let's throw this up right now. Fantastic. Here's what I miss about cruising. I miss this so much. This just being able to stand, on the promenade deck and watching the water go by, whether it's at the back of the ship or the side of the ship. Oh, I miss this so much. I can't tell you. I really can't wait for the day I'm back on a cruise ship again. Really would love to be back on one. Someone was asking me about the name of the TENS machine. Let's see here. Where was that? Next cruise for Queet Beat, next cruise Carnival Panorama, May 29th. Cross your fingers for sure. Fly Everest. Such a great show. Be sure to give the host a thumbs up. Thank you for that. Jess Jane. Hi, Bruce. Can you please spell the name of the machine? I need one. I think you can get this machine. Sometimes you can get it at Costco. Sometimes you can get it online. I pronounce it, or I call it a TENS, a TENS machine. Go to Google and look up the term TENS machine, muscle stimulator machine. That you'll find brands. I know Dr. Ho is a brand of the machine, but they're terribly expensive. I don't know if that's the best place to buy one, but I would then go to Amazon and just do a general search for something like that and see what you can dig up. Definitely the way to go. Thanks for a great show tonight, Bruce. Thank you, Sharon, for that and all your support of my channel. And thank you for being here for both shows tonight and being a sponsor member. Yeah, I would definitely check out, Google. Try to Google the machine. They're tiny. They're about this big, about 4 or 5 inches high, 2 or 3 inches wide, the inch deep, and they have 2 spots on top for 2 plugins, for 2 wires, for 2 patches that then just you put on your body. You can reuse these patches once they start wearing out. You take a paper towel, make it wet with water, and then you just rub the patch with water and then stick it on and just adhere. It sticks to your wherever you need it, and then slowly you turn the volume up on the current going through them. Fantastic, absolutely wonderful. I miss staring at the horizon. Weird, huh? I know what you mean, Sylvan. I just miss staring at the ocean and napping in the Serenity deck. Yep, I hear you there. I miss everything cruising. I miss I like the Norwegian Epic because when I was on the ship, the spa was at the back of the ship on like an upper deck, like deck 12, and they had a balcony at the back of the ship, an aft balcony. And so they had these loungers out there. And so after being in the hot tub and putting on your robe and grabbing a towel, you go out to the deck and it's 85, 90 degrees out, but you're in the shade because you're underneath the ceiling there. And there are these loungers. You put the towels on the lounger and you're lying down on the lounger and you're looking out the back of the ship, watching the wake behind you. Oh, I love that so much. That is what it's all about for me. And then having a nap or so, I'm telling you, it's fantastic. Fun night. Merry Christmas to all and to all a good night. All righty. I'm going to say good night too. Thank you again for being here on December the 21st with yours truly. Thank you for all your support of my channel. Thanks for watching my videos. Thank you for thumbs ups. Thank you for telling your friends about my channel. I wish you the best of the holidays. Keep an eye on my channel because you never know when I make the next video. Keep an eye on Stock Markets with Bruce because I upload there too. I did one today, I think. Yeah, I think I did a video today. And so thank you for all that, everybody. Again, best of the holidays to all of you and to all your family, friends, and drink one for me. Have a libation for me on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Keep an eye on this channel. We're on Friday. If you're a sponsor member, become a sponsor member today and come on board Friday, 3 o'clock Eastern. We're going to play trivia. We have a lot of fun, and we get a kick out of that. I thank you all. I'll be on the air next Monday, the 28th of December. I'll be on again. So join us for both shows next Friday. Michael X, Bruce, Merry Christmas to you and your wife. Thank you, Michael Evans. Bye. Thanks, you guys. Tom Henry, good night, everybody. Queet B, good night. Enjoyed my first live show with you. Thank you. Evans family saying bye. Tim Bowman, I use the TENS unit, which was $30 on Amazon. It really stimulates the muscles. They're not that expensive if you shop smart. Shop on Amazon for those for sure. Jack Wise, happy Christmas to all and to all a good night. Thank you, Jack. Sandy, interesting show. Merry Christmas, everybody. Johnny V, bueno, Sarah, ciao, tutti. Thank you, Johnny. I'll drink 2 for you. There you go. Tim Bowman, Merry Christmas to everybody. Evans, bye, everybody. Ron Clark, later, mermaid. No mermaid at sea here tonight. What can I say? Thank you guys for all that and pleasant dreams and best wishes to all of you. We'll talk to you later. This is Bruce saying stay warm. Stay safe, stay healthy. Please social distance for me. do what the doctor says, follow the health advisors. They know what they're talking about. Arc Adventures, Merry Christmas, Bruce, Andrew, and Andrew. Thank you, you guys. Nikki, good night, all. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, all the sponsor members, for being here, and everybody else. We'll talk to you next time. Goodbye from Creston, BC, and we'll see you later.